What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? And welcome to another week of Journey of a Jackass. And I am your host, Daya Shakur. You know what I'm saying? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing great, wonderful. Now, I'm sorry about last week. I was supposed to have some people on last week, and then the episode that I had saved, for some reason, the file corrupted and it wouldn't upload. So we're not going to go through that this week. So I don't know what happened with that last week, but we ain't going to go through that this week. You know what I'm talking about? So anyway, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing great, wonderful. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that everybody's still out here supporting me, watching, listening, enjoying the story times and all that stuff. So look, tonight, the expo was great. For all y'all that missed the expo, kiss my ass. Should have been there. So anyway, y'all should have been to the expo. Should have came. Don't ask me how it was. Y'all should have been there. All right. So with that being said, look, I got my man Aman on here, right? Club owner. Now with his club is a special kind of club in the DC area because there's not many of them left. They have jazz bands and stuff like that, man. So I got my man club owner Aman on here tonight, man. Club Heaven. You know what I'm saying? The club owner. We're gonna get into him though, right? Now, it's been a week. It has been a week, and I missed y'all. So yeah, it's almost summertime. Make sure y'all get y'all kids enrolled in some activities now. All right. But we're gonna get more to that next week. But before we get into the good stuff with him, we're gonna get to the bullshit with me. Story time with me. Now, y'all know I come on this motherfucker every week talking shit. I come on this motherfucker every week talking shit about everything, no matter what. I'm looking for my pen. I lost my damn pen. But I come on here talking shit every week, right? So let me tell you. He comes on here. He's the owner of a club. Nice spot too, man. Jazz music, all that stuff, right? So let me tell you about experience I had at a jazz club in Memphis, Tennessee. Of all the places ever to have experience at a jazz club. Let me tell you about, I was in there having a good time. So all y'all that know me know that I travel a lot. I travel by myself. This was in my younger days, you know what I'm saying? When I was just going through all the states and stuff like that. I was like, man, I'm gonna go to Memphis. I'm gonna go down here. I want to hang out, do my thing. So I heard live music playing. I was like, okay, cool. I was in the zone, feeling it, vibing out. Kind of bar hopping. I was out there bar hopping, doing my thing. And it's a safe area. Like it's just like it reminds you of like downtown Memphis, remind you of like Austin, where they got 6th Street at and all that stuff, right? So anyway, I say, man, I was already feeling good too. So I was like, okay, cool. I heard a lot of music. I said, man, I want to go and listen to some live music. I go in there, jazz band playing, and they are doing good. They doing riffs. They on the cello, on the cellos playing. They doing piano riffs. You know what I'm saying? They playing the saxophone, jazz and everything. Everybody in there clapping it up for them. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Right? So I was like, yeah, man, they sound real, real good. So I sit at the bar. I'm drinking. I'm sitting there, tapping my leg. Yeah, having a good time in there, right? Having a good time. But y'all know there's no such thing as having a regular good time with me. All right, so I'm in there tapping my leg. They doing the riffs, they doing everything. Dude, the trumpet players in there busy. You know what I'm saying? So a dude come in. They took a little break. Dude comes in with a trombone. I was like, oh man, they about to really, really go in now. You know what I'm saying? They got the trombone, got the cello, got the piano up there, got the trumpet. I was like, oh man, they really about to go in. So they up there, they sitting there. I'm talking to people at the bar. I'm like, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I think at this time I was stationed in, man, where was I stationed at? I forgot. Well, I know. I think it was at Fort Polk this time. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, man. So I go in there. So it wasn't that long ago, but like 8, 9 years ago. So I'm in there like this. I'm like, yeah, I'm having a good time getting peeled back. Getting peeled back, peeled back, peeled back. Luckily, my hotel wasn't right downtown, but it was right around the corner where it was close enough where I could walk to, right? It was close enough I could walk to. And man, am I glad of it, because if I drove, I would have went to jail that night, right? So I'm glad I didn't drive. So anyway, I'm down there, I'm partying, I'm having a good time. You know, when I say I'm having a good time, I'm having a good time. Man, drinking, throwing them back. People buying me drinks. And then they had some little competition in there where they had the little rail thing. And then they was like this, and then everybody drank out the rail. I was like, yeah, yeah. We was giving, it got to the point we was getting so drunk, people was in there giving each other fist bumps, people was giving each other high fives. And the bartender was like, man, this ain't this kind of club. What the hell is going on? And he said, hey, man, calm down a little bit, because the crowd usually don't get like this. I said, well, you know, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? They said, well, you know, kind of tone it down a little bit. I said, okay, cool. So we in there. And I, you know, so what I told her, I said, well, you know, you could cut me off too, but I'm not drunk, right? So you'll be losing money cutting me off. It's like, I'm not gonna cut you off, but I just need you to tone it down. I have a naturally loud voice, so it carries. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, man. So the band is done with their break. They come back in, high, look like, anyway, high, eyes bloodshot red. They get up there, they start ripping and everything. So I'm up there, I'm like, So one of the dudes at the bar, this was when I knew the drink started kicking in. One of the dudes at the bar said, man, they just need somebody up there on that microphone. I can't have regular fun. So I look around at everybody. I go use the bathroom because my bladder was full and everything, because I started drinking beers too on top of the liquor and all that stuff. So I leave. I go to the bathroom. I piss. I sit back down. And he said, man, they sound really good. I said, yeah, they really do. Right? I said, man, they sound really, really good, man. So I was like, okay, cool. So I go sit down at the table. Grab my drinks off, go sit down at the table. I'm sitting there like this, and I'm listening to a riff. And then they finish the song. I was like, yeah. Everybody was clapping and stuff like that. They went up there. He looked at the drummer. I forgot they had the drummer too. They looked at the drummer. They did countdown. They stopped at. Man, they was going too hard. I was like, oh man, I like this. You know what I'm saying? So me, what I do? I go step on the stage and get behind the mic. So yeah, boobity 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 boo boo, yeah. Boo-boo. The people that work there was like, get him off the stage. What is he doing on the stage? Get him off the stage. So security come over there, and I'm like riffing with him. La, 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 la. Like I'm riffing with the band, right? So the dude that was sitting there at the front was like this. He was nudging me, trying to get me off the stage. He's like, I was like, okay, cool. Now I was like, blah, 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 blah. So the drumstick, I messed up the whole night for everybody. The drummer threw the drumstick in my back. He jumped. I said, why you throw that? I picked up the drumstick and threw it back at him. He came over. The dude got the cello, set the cello down. Next thing you know, I'm fighting the dude, the drummer, and the cello dude. The other dude's getting back. Security grabbed me by my shirt. Is that what you doing? I elbowed the security guy. Get off me. Get off me. He crumbled. Next thing you know, these dudes punch me and jumping me. And then I fall underneath some chairs. So I slid on the table. And then the dude picked up the chair and was trying to hit me with it. Luckily, the bounce hit it because it was some big wooden motherfucking chairs. Did like this. And he grabbed it. And I turned around and pow, punched him in the face. And I started making it towards the door. Just when I thought I was going to make it out the door, this big ass motherfucking bouncer punched me in the side of my head. Pow! When I saw stars, I did like this. My legs started getting weak. I'm like, what is going on? So he grabbed me. He little boyed me. He grabbed me by the back of my jeans and my shirt. And he goddamn Uncle Phil me, man. He threw me out. Boom, threw me on the street. So I said, man, damn, man, you could just walk me out the door. So I get up, I'm dusting my clothes off and all that shit. I'm dusting my clothes off and all that stuff. And I'm like, man, fuck, man. I'm looking for my shit. I had my wallet, but I lost my goddamn car keys. So I'm like, man, fuck. I said, man, y'all can at least go in there and get my car keys. They said, no, you 86, you can't come back here no more. I said, well, please just get my car keys, right? So I get into it with the bouncer. I split with the bouncer, man, let me get my car keys, man. Come on. Just let me, y'all can go in there and get them, whatever the case may be. So I split with him and I swing. He said, no. And then I threw another one. Don't even know I'm a trained fighter. Threw another one. Boom, boom. Let me then get my keys. So he goes in and hurry up closes the door. And when he closes the door, he said, if you don't leave, we're going to call the police. I said, man, fuck. I said, well, I'm going to come back tomorrow and get my keys. We can give it to you tomorrow, but you can't get them back today. So I leave, right? And he come back outside, I find this big ass rock, throw it at him. Boom! Hit him in his arm, and that junk had a roll over his shoulder and nicked his jaw that I took off running. Right? I said, fuck, I ain't gonna be able to get my keys back, right? So the police came out there and was seeing what's going on, and they put in my direction. I dipped off in the alley, sprinted all the way back to my hotel. I sweated all the liquor. I sprinted all the way back to my hotel, right? I went through all that bullshit, and my fucking car keys was sitting on the nightstand. So I got 86 from a club, kicked out, beat up, 86, Uncle Field out, you know what I'm saying? Uncle Field out the door, almost got arrested because I wanted to have too much fun. And then I thought my car keys was in there. Too much fucking fun. Car keys on the nightstand. The principal, sit your ass at the bar, don't do nothing dumb, and just have fun when you go listen to the good music. And that's story time for me. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, I've lived a life and I've had some experiences. That's why I'm glad I come over here. 87 episodes, man. I get to come over here and share things that I've been through. It's a lot. And then I've created so many more memories. I just be telling y'all the old stuff. I created so many more memories. Man, just it's a lot. So anyway, now that I told y'all my bullshit, let's get the fuck to the real shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's get one of the premier club owners in here, club facilitators, club promoters, with the jazz music, with the bands, with the space, with the cheap drinks. Man, I'm telling you, went to his club. I went in there. I said, man, let me get a shot of 1738. No, it was let me get a shot of Woodford. Bartender looked at me and said, okay, I got you. Put the cup down and start having a conversation with me while he's filling it up. He said, oh, $7. Also, I got to come back here. Yes, sir. I got to come back. Fill my shit to the brim. I couldn't even finish it before my Uber came. So anyway, coming to the stage, my man, Mr. Aman.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you having me, man, brother. Appreciate it so much, brother.
Man, what's going on, man?
I'm good. Pleasure to be on board. Pleasure to finally meet your grace, and I'm just happy to be here, man.
The story I told you about me in Memphis. Have y'all ever had anything like that happen in your club?
Nah, hell no, man. You had me. Shit. Look, I had a little something going on, right, with a customer tried to walk. I had to say, man, I got something going on, but it had me locked back in, right, because that story just was it was just downhill, man. Hey, listen, I'm surprised you even met me. Look, it's crazy that you met me having a jazz experience like that. I would think that you would never step into a jazz club again.
No, absolutely not. I love jazz music. So when I lived in Louisiana, I used to go to Zydeco concerts, jazz, stuff like that.
Okay.
Before Marvis shut down, I used to go to Marvis. I thought that was the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I found you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so glad you did, right?
Yeah, man. So man, tell the people who you are, man. Tell them who you are.
Man, my name is Aman. I'm born and raised in DC. Spent some time out Virginia. Went to school out VA. My high school days out VA. My background is I'm Eritrean. My mother and father Eritrean. But I was born out here, raised out here. So I come from a little bit of an African background. But
yeah.
And I was always gravitated towards business. My father was a businessman, and a very well-known businessman. since back in late 70s, 82 in DC. You know what I mean?
He worked for Rayful Evans.
That's so crazy to say that because he met Rayful back in the day. You know what
For
I mean?
real?
Real shit. Yeah, one of his homeboys used to mess with him. Sad story, but one of his homeboys used to mess with him. As soon as Rayful had his little situation, the dude packed up his bags and went back to Ethiopia.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy though.
Real shit.
Back in the 80s and 90s, because my dad had 3 bakeries back then. And then it was like, soon as everything went down with him, it was like the bakery started closing. He had a whole lot of front businesses. I was like, I asked my dad now, I'm like, nigga, did you work for Rayful Evans? Like, what happened to the barbershops after he went away? I mean, the bakeries, my bad.
The bakeries, yeah, my father actually met him back in the 80s when Rayful had a night out in Adams Morgan, real shit. You know, because, you gotta understand, he ran everything down 14, not too far from me.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
That was his right there. You know, everybody working back on the 14th U Street corner right there, that was, Rayful had that on lock.
Yeah.
You know, so he actually met him on a night out at Adams Morgan back in the day.
Man, and he was probably out there buying everybody everything.
Man, buying all types of drinks. It was you know, they brushed shoulders, you know. It was a one-time meet, but we met him back in the day, you know.
And you know what's crazy? Did you say you brought up the Eritrean background, right? I noticed that in DC, a lot of the clubs and stuff like that, owners and stuff like that, are from the continent, African, Eritrean, Ethiopian, Nigerian.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the majority of the club owners.
A lot of them. You're right. They have a background in, you know, business. I just think they business oriented. So I think that's what really gravitate them towards, you know, that type of industry. I really can't speak too much on it, but you know they've been doing it for years. You're right though, but since the 70s, 80s, you know, Adams Morgan back in the 70s and the 80s when Ethiopia they had their civil war going on.
Yeah,
a lot of them, you know, when they came over here as refugees, they opened up businesses in Adams Morgan.
Yeah,
I understand. People know Ninth and U as being like Little Ethiopia, Little Eritrea today. But you gotta understand, the first little Ethiopia, Little Eritrea was Adams Morgan back in the 80s.
Yep, and then that's when I'm talking about. That's when Georgetown was booming. That's when Haynes Point was right there, like booming, jumping.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
you hit it right on the head, bro. Yeah. Right. But my father was one of the, you know, he was one of the first waves. You know, he been in here. He been in Adams Morgan since '82. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So he one of the only and current, you know what I'm saying, building owners, black at that, colored at that.
Yeah, because listen, I can tell you right now, everybody that got buildings up there in Adams Morgan, stuff like that, like you get around Connecticut Avenue, all the little places around there, they trying to get them. Like they are trying to get them. That's why they be sending inspectors out to those places all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? They be trying to tax you out, all that shit.
You know, and it come with it because, you know what I'm saying, it ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We always have to work harder in whatever we do. You know what I mean? But that ain't, see, you gotta understand, what don't break you make you, and all they do is sharpen a spear.
Yeah.
I mean? All they do is sharpen in the arrow. So as simple as that. I don't look at it, you know, as a hindrance. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like you know what I'm saying. You training me to be better than you. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. You prepare me and giving me the up on you when you don't know really how I'm moving through. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
I appreciate things the way they are because I wouldn't be who I am today. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I wouldn't have nothing different.
So let me ask you this, right? Well, tell people about your venue. Tell them about your spot.
Yeah. So what we do is, man, this Club Heaven, Green Island. You know what I mean? Green Island Cafe. You know what I mean? So Club Heaven is the club. The whole entity is Club Heaven. The whole shebang is Club Heaven. Okay. So you got 3 floors, 3 bars. Upstairs is the nightclub. You know what I'm saying? Downstairs, we got a hookah lounge bar. You know, there's a bar on every floor. On the middle floor, this is live music 5 days a week. know what I mean? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's when we do live jazz. Anytime Wednesday and Thursday past 8 o'clock, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get live jazz from 8 to 1 a.m. No cover charge. You know what I mean?
Man.
So that, you know what I mean? Then on Fridays and Saturdays from 9:15 to 7:30 to 9:15, we got a comedy show. Fridays and Saturdays from 9:15 all the way until 2 a.m. we got live music. Also no cover charge. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? We just want people to come in here, enjoy, grab some drinks, enjoy the music because it's jazz, man. We just want y'all to come in here, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? It's a vibe. It ain't always about the money. Jazz ain't never been about the money, man.
Yep,
if you really know jazz, it ain't never been about the money, man.
Yep.
And right there, if you see somebody, you know what I'm saying? How many spots you know providing live music to 1 a.m. in the city with no cover charge?
Facts.
It's 2025. It's non-existent.
It's non-existent. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you want to go,
I guarantee if it ain't about the money, you'll see a lot more of it.
Yep. I can tell you right now, a lot of these go-go bands, you're gonna see a go-go band, you get there around like 11, 12, you pay $40, $50 to get in.
And for how many hours a go-go?
Yeah, just like a couple of hours.
I'm saying, you coming over here 8 to 1, you know what I mean? No cover, you make it make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's jazz, man. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, man. I like that. I like that.
And then I forgot about this too. On Sundays, we do an early jam. You know what I mean? From 4 to 8 jazz. You know what I'm saying? For the people that got to go to work on Monday. You know what I mean? And then from 8 to 1. So that's, you know what I'm saying? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 9 hours right there.
So let me ask you this. Now, out of all the genres of music, right, what made you say, I'm going to separate myself and do jazz? Even though you said you do clubs, or because the jazz was so good last time I was there, I didn't even make it to the other floors. So what out of all the genres of music, right, with you being in that area where the music is prominent, hip hop, R&B, classical rock and stuff like that, what made you say, I'm going to do jazz?
What made me do jazz was I grew up without liking it. I was forced to grow up around jazz. That was my father's favorite music. You know, his favorite tune, his favorite art form of music. You know, he just loved jazz. He had a passion for jazz. He loved everything about jazz. He can't play an instrument, but he can listen to jazz 24/7. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just loved jazz. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But you know, he came up as a businessman. So, you know, of course I love hip hop, R&B. You know, I got a variety of tastes. You know, I love all types of music. I like all good music.
Yep.
You know, jazz though, I grew to like it. I took a liking to it too. Just hearing it through my father. My father always playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I started getting into the more business aspect of things, you know, the jazz, I kept going like in honor of my father. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Sometimes when we get into things, we quick to act, or you know, we want to do things for profit or do this and that. But I just knew like I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my father. So at least I keep what he started going. Out of respect for him, and also for the passion, you know, for the people, the music lovers, people who love jazz, and for the ones that's not representing it. You know what I mean? I just don't want to be out here like another jazz club. You know what I mean? I want to have jazz out here for the masses. You know what I'm saying? To enjoy, like how I came up enjoying it. You know what I mean?
Yep. Because I'm telling you, so as soon as I walked in there, I was like, yeah, man, blah, blah, blah. I heard the music playing from outside. I said, they got jazz in there. Hold on. We walked past all these different clubs and stuff. I was like, hold on, they got jazz in there. Let's go in there.
Yeah. And then a lot of people, they'd be like, oh, no cover charge. They ain't any good. Shit, this might be an amateur band or something. Like, they know what they doing?
Yep. Yeah, man. I might need to come out there and fuck with you this Friday. Shit.
Yeah, please do. Like, matter of fact, I got the drummer over here, right? I got the drummer. Hey, Ray, hit a couple rays. Hit a couple. Oh, he need to set up though. Don't get too crazy though, because I'm on a podcast. But you know, I got the band members trickling in now, right?
Yep.
And that's what we do, man. We jam out over here. We just
So
enjoy it, man.
so let me ask you this: how long have y'all been around? How long has the club been around?
So the club been around. My probably the club was established in 90, I think, believe 91.
Really?
Because check this out. Green Island, the original name when this spot opened up was Isla Verde, and that was 1984.
What?
1883. Yeah, real shit. 1983. And just because I'm starting from the beginning, let me give you another just little taste of history, right?
Come on.
This building right here, 2327 18th Street, Northwest Washington, D.C. 20009, right? That's the zip code. This building right here used to be the headquarters for the Black Panther Party or the whole Washington, D.C.
Man, cut it out. For real?
Yeah, real talk, man. Real talk. Go ahead. For
So,
everybody that's
so
tuned in now, go ahead, whip your phones out and get to Googling. You heard the address.
and what's crazy about that, and then and you keep it kind of like an old school legacy generational thing going. Man, I like this shit, man. Come on.
And look, I ain't even tell you see, and that's probably why everything just come out so right, because it's coming from that. You know what I mean? That's where it started at.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
Yep.
just to give you a little history right there, that's what used to go on in this building right here. People come in here. You know what I mean? It's been a club. It's been a restaurant. It's a jazz lounge, jazz club, hookah lounge. You know what I mean? It's been so much things since then. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So a lot of people come in here and don't even know they stepping into history, man. They don't even understand what used to go on right here. Free meals, book bags, pencils and pens, books. You know what I mean? Just like, man.
I'm telling you, man, it was meant for us to cross paths, man. I said it to everybody, man. It was meant for us, like, but I said it to everybody, but every time I talk to you, I'm like, man, it was meant for us to cross paths.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. You absolutely right. Likewise, we was meant to be.
Yeah, man. So now you gave the history on this and stuff. Did you, before taking the ownership of this building, did y'all knew the history prior, or you just like y'all just found out after the fact?
Nah. My father had acquired it, and he found out the history afterwards. Let me tell you why. Nobody wanted nothing to do with this building after that.
Whoa.
You know what happened. You know how it went down, how it
Yeah,
ended.
yeah.
So this was actually a boarded up building that no one wanted nothing to do with.
Wow.
For that particular reason.
It was the same way with the one in Chicago headquarters when they shot it all up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
So, boom, nobody wanted nothing to do with it, but my father saw something there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He had an eye for it, and he knew it'd be a lot of work. He knew it was, you know what I mean? But he took a chance on it. He believed he seen somebody no one else did. And you gotta understand, this is back when Adams Morgan wasn't Adams Morgan.
Yeah.
This wasn't no party strip back then.
No.
You know
No, absolutely not. It was more residential. You know what I'm saying? It was more residential shopping, stuff like that.
Thank you. Adams Morgan ain't get the name of Adams Morgan until like the late 80s, early 90s for real.
Yep.
Early 90s. That's when it really got it. Like 91, 92, boom. Adams Morgan was known as Adams Morgan, a party strip.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Or go down there, they like clubs, bars, bar hopping, all that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But back then, nah, they ain't had that going on. You know what I mean? They ain't had that.
Yeah, man. I like this.
And then he got into the spot, fixed it up on this very floor right now where we got the jazz. He started a restaurant called Isla Verde. So Isla Verde, was an island off the east coast of Eritrea.
Yep.
And Isla Verde in Italian in English means green island. Isla Verde is Italian, but when you translate that into English, it means green island.
Yeah.
So that's how we got that name now.
Green Island.
Green Island. And he made it as a spot for, during the 80s, he made it as a spot for, it was a civil war going on. Eritreans, a lot of refugees was coming from Ethiopia and Eritrea.
Yeah.
places, DC at that time ain't had no place for Eritreans, Ethiopians alike to hang out. There was no hangout spot for them. So his own
Hey, and now the mother,
he built a market for that.
and I'm gonna tell you right now, because he started the motherfucking trend. Because now they got Ethiopian spots everywhere, especially in Alexandria. They are everywhere.
See, now they everywhere, right? But when you go back 42 years ago, it was nothing.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nothing. When it wasn't even a big community 42 years ago.
Yep.
So he took advantage, and built a place for his people. And then as the demographics changed into the 90s and the neighborhood was changing, that's when he changed and opened up Club Heaven and Hell. Back in 91.
Yeah.
Everybody know Club Heaven and Hell. You ain't from DC or the DMV if you don't know Club Heaven.
Heaven or Hell, yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless you under the age of 25 or 22, then you are. You got a reason not to know.
But everybody else should know.
But everybody, if you older than 27, 28, you got you're not from around the way if you don't know Heaven and Hell. Simple as that.
Yeah. So with the now let me ask you some business questions, right?
Yeah.
So now, how has the city being gentrified affected y'all in business with business and everything? Because gentrification has killed the community of people that actually support that kind of music.
Man, gentrification, man. For some it's a blessing, right?
Yep.
But for others, it's not, because obviously with gentrification comes what? Higher property tax, more taxes, the value on things in the neighborhood go up. You know what I mean? It just don't. Hold on, Ray, but apologize.
But, no, you fine, man. Shit.
No,
they about to do their thing.
Tell him to do it, but I ain't know he was gonna say half an hour to set up, but I forgot he wasn't set up, but yeah. But yeah, the gentrification, it's a blessing and a curse because out with the old and with the new, and who don't like new things going on, but not all the old is bad, man.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with change.
There's no filter on that.
I agree with change, but I don't agree at the toll it's taken. If that makes sense.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. Not all bad. Not all old is bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you change so much, you forget where you come from.
And the majority, if you think about it, the majority of the city now is transplants. They wasn't born and raised there.
You know what I'm saying? You got neighborhoods now that's coming up. Noma, there wasn't no Noma 6 years ago. That's a new neighborhood. There was nothing over there. It was clubs and shit. Nobody lived in Noma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just, you got all this. It's changed. It's so much. And then the people that live there ain't from around the way. They not. They not.
They don't know.
They came here for college and they end up staying or something. You know what I mean?
College and work. Yeah.
You know what I mean? College, work, all that. So the city is changing.
Yep. So now I got a real question for you. Real question for you, right? So now with Adams Morgan, you got places in DC that's really, really thriving. Adams Morgan, U Street, you know what I'm saying? You got 14th that's over there that's really, really thriving, like with the music, the clubs, the jazz and stuff like that. How do you feel like the new stadium and everything they're gonna put in that area is gonna affect business up at Adams Morgan where you at? You heard me? Aman, you heard me? Uh-oh. I think I lost you. You hear me? Aman must be texting somebody. You hear me?
Yeah, no.
Can you hear me? Aman, can you hear me? You got a phone?
You hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Aman. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yo.
Can you hear me? Hold on. Experiencing a little technical difficulties. experiencing a little technical difficulties here. There we go. Aman, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Damn.
Okay, yeah, you must have got a phone call. You got a phone call?
Nah, I ain't even get no phone call.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was saying,
yeah, I'm wondering. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh yeah. Okay, so look, this is my question for you, right? This is my question for you, right? So all this time we had U Street, 14, Adams Morgan. We had these places to go bar hop, party, stuff like that, right? A few things over in Northeast, you know what I'm saying, to go over there, party and stuff like that. But not like that area right there, right? So with them putting the new stadium there, and they're gonna be putting all those attractions over there, how do you think that's gonna affect y'all business?
You said the new stadium, and what was that last part? The new what?
I said with them putting the new stadium over there and putting all the new attractions that's gonna come with it, the business, the bars, the housing and stuff like that. How do you think that's gonna affect y'all business in the Adams Morgan area?
I mean, it might affect it. It's too hard to say whether it'd be a plus or a negative. I know, like for instance, COVID killed Adams Morgan, but we slowly coming back. Like this summer right here, last summer was the first summer, like, okay, the COVID, we shaking off that COVID after, you know what I'm saying, the effects of COVID that COVID had on us, right?
Yep.
But especially with this summer, like, you know what I mean, I definitely can see it from this summer. You know, it's been a change already.
Yep.
With the new stadium and everything coming in, you know, traffic gonna be crazy. You know, it's gonna be hectic. It's gonna be hectic over here. You know.
Do you think what the entertainment they're putting over there is going to take away from Adams Morgan?
It might slightly, but at the same time, it's not too many places like Adams Morgan. You really can't take but so much from Adams Morgan. Adams Morgan is a historical neighborhood. Adams Morgan got flavor. You know what I mean? Like whether you like it or not, Adams Morgan will always be Adams Morgan. You can't make another. You're not gonna build no other neighborhood next to Colorama and you know, uptown like this. There is no other Adams Morgan. You can't imitate Adams Morgan. You know what I mean? I'm just it is what it is.
Me personally, I don't feel like they should put that fucking stadium in the city. I think they should, like, we supposed to be getting rid of Six Flags. I'm like, use the land down there.
Use the land over there, man.
Yeah.
I understand what they trying to do, bring everything within like the district, you know what I mean? And that's cool too. I mean that's cool, but I mean, it's gonna make shit hectic for everybody, huh? It'd be hectic enough that the stadium all the way out there in FedEx Field.
Yep.
You know
I live right.
295, you could fit, you know what I mean? So the fact that you bringing it in the city, it's already traffic every day coming in and out this city.
Yeah, well, I live right here by FedEx Field, like walking distance from it. I live right, like I can just stick my head out the window and see it.
Yeah.
so I trust me, I know. And traffic don't nearly be as bad as it used to be going to RFK, because I've been to both stadiums. Yeah. Like it don't nearly be as bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they don't just keep that thing in the suburbs.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought they should have renovated and just made, you know what I'm saying, RFK, like redone that shit.
Well, I mean, nah, that journey.
Bring it back to the original stadium and just soup it up, like redo it.
Nah, I don't know the last time you been by RFK Stadium.
I know it's falling apart. Don't get me wrong. That
motherfucker need to go.
Last year. I know it's falling apart. Listen, I seen some rust coming out the shit. I'm like, damn, I'm like 50 feet away from the building, but that shit might fall on me. You know what I mean? Bro. I'm well aware.
I remember Broccoli Fest used to be right off in there. And then it was like, nah, no more.
You know? But I don't know. Like, but think of this. How much land they going to have to clear to put that new stadium up?
200 acres. 200 acres. So that means that's for the housing, parking. That's for the retail shops. That's for the new stadium, everything.
So they're going to have to knock down some homes, man.
They're going to knock down some shit.
They're going to knock down some shit.
I feel bad for the DC taxpayers, because that's who it's going to affect.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Look. I know it's getting closer for you to get ready to start putting in some work over there. So
yeah.
And so let me get to the segment. Let me get to this segment right here.
Already, yeah.
Well, man, you gave us a history lesson, all that shit from that. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
So we to the segment of the show, sir, where I have some questions.
All right.
Oh, yeah. You ready?
All ready.
Okay, question number one. Question number one. 100 men versus one gorilla. Would you sign up to fight? And if you did, around which group, if you could do it in groups of 10, around which group would you want to go?
If I had to fight 100 men or one gorilla?
Yeah, if you 100 men versus one gorilla, would you sign up for the fight? And if you did, in which group of 10 would you go with? Like 10 through 20, 20 through 30, 30 through 40, 40 through 50, 60 through 70. Which group of 10 would you go with?
Sign up, what group would I go with if I had to sign up?
Yep.
I'm gonna be in the last group. Shit. I mean,
No.
I'm gonna be in the 90 through. I'm gonna be in the 91 through 100. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be in, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be in the 90 through the 100.
I don't know about all that, man, because like you fuck around and get stuck in the 90 through 100, and you be the last one, and then the gorilla. What if the gorilla be horny after? If the gorilla be horny after killing all those dudes?
Cut that for Ray. Yeah.
I said, what if the gorilla be horny after killing all those dudes, man? I don't want to be the last dude.
Listen, this what I had some of that. Look, somebody at my day job, they had said something about that, right?
Yeah.
I said, man, this what you got to understand about man, right? You got to see where we were at, you know what I'm saying, and where we came to.
Yeah.
And one thing God bless us with is.
You froze up again. Aman, you froze up again. Come on, man. Soon as you start getting good, you froze up again. Come on, man. You froze up again. Hold on. Let me drop him out and bring him back in. Drop him out, bring him back in again. Oh, his screen then went black. Ooh. His screen then went black over there. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but his screen went black. It went blackity black, 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 black. Blackity black, 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 y'all. Black, 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 blackity black, black, blackity black, 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 y'all. Black, 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 y'all. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened to Aman, but he fell off. Let me see if he came back. Let me see if he came back. Oh, he fell all the way off. Dang. And it was before we could even get good into the segment. But it's all good. It was a history lesson tonight. So, I mean, I didn't know a lot of that stuff, but now I know. Now I know. All right. So damn, we didn't even get a chance to get into the story, the damn questions. You know what I'm saying? If he pops his head back in here, then we will continue to go. All right. But anyway, let's move on to community events, right? Community events, all right? So look, community events, this one is every year. Every year. It's going down. It is going down. When I say it's going down, it is going down, all right? So this week's community event, which is free to the public, is the Taste of DMV. The Taste of DMV from 12 to 7 p.m. Or is at what day is it? Don't get me lying. It's the 14th. It's June 14th, 12 to 7 p.m., 300 Pennslvania Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. All right? 300 Pennslvania Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. All right? June 14th, 12 to 7 p.m. It's free entry. There are going to be 5 stages of artists performing all day. Go-go bands, rappers, like R&B, country, rock and roll, you name it. It's going to be people out there. It's going to be dancers. It's going to be everything, right? This event has been successful for a lot of years. And it has been. And I love partaking in it. I love being a part of it. I love every time I go out there to see the growth of it. Shay and them have really put together a well-crafted product. I'm going to be out there for sure. So y'all already know the jackass is going to be there. You heard me? So that is my community event. All right? My community event. Yeah. All right? Taste the DMV. Make sure y'all get y'all ass out there. All right? Now we're going to move on to the read of the week. Now, the read of the week this week, again, because I'm about to start my promo tour, is my book, Masters, the Story of Elmer. Masters, the Story of Elmer. Now, if you like good science fiction, aka history lessons, I'm giving you that. This book is about a black slave superhero that was killed. I mean, there was gained superpowers while he's being lynched. And then he goes around the South freeing slave masters, killing slave masters and freeing slaves. You know what I'm saying? But it's a way deeper story than that. You got to buy the book to understand. You got to buy the book to understand. You know what I'm talking about? But my hard copy should be in, so I'm going to be promoting that one for sure. My hard copy should be in soon. Yes. Finally made it. Woo. And then the Wrath of Amara is coming right after it. So pounding these books out. Got to pound them out. You know what I'm talking about? So the read of the week, which is going to be available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million. I'm going to have them. You can buy them off my link tree, all that stuff. My Square app website, you can buy it all from me. And I got you signed copies and all. All right. So my read of the week is Elmer, the Story of Masters. All right? Elmer, the Story of Masters. Okay? Make sure y'all, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all check me out. Now, we didn't got through all this positive stuff, got a history lesson and all that stuff, right? Got all that good stuff. Now, it's time to get to my favorite segment. Everybody's favorite segment. You know what I'm saying? Dumbass of the week. When I say it's time for us to get the dumbass of the week, dumbass week. Fuck is you talking about? Fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? So this week on dumbass of the week, right? Listen, evolution is bound to happen. Evolution is bound to happen. Growth in this world is bound to happen. Change is coming. We all know change is coming. We know that business is 90% of our business in the next 10 to 15 years will be ran by machines, AI, robots, mechanical objects, stuff like that, right? It's already taken this toll on throughout the years in certain jobs like auto workers and stuff like that, right? We've seen technology change the trajectory of human evolution, right? But this right here, this is unsatisfactory. This is unsatisfactory. Now, listen, there are way too many movies about this behavior. Check this out. Too many movies about this behavior, right? So look, too many movies about this behavior. Look, I understand that we want ChatGPT to write our shit for us. I understand that we want self-driving cars. I understand we want robotic cleanup people going around, little Roombas, and we want our Siri's and all that stuff doing, looking up stuff for us, right? But us as humans don't take the warning signs. Not at all. We do not take the warning signs. We don't listen. None of that stuff. We don't take the warning signs. No, we don't. Till this kind of shit right here. This is our future. This shit is our future. This is our future. All right? We don't take the warning signs. iRobot, Terminator, you name it. Billy Ted's Excellent Adventure. You name it. Back to the Future. Whatever kind of robots in the future killing everybody off shit. They make movies about this shit on purpose. They do. King the Conqueror, up there creating legions of robots to do his bidding, right? They make movies like that on purpose, but we just don't listen. We have to push the limits and the boundaries of technology. Hence, now we're stuck with robots having temper tantrums. Robots that are 10 to 100 times stronger than the average human could rip us in half if they got their hands on us. But guess what we have to do? Guess what we do? We put AI in them. And then AI is developing itself every day. AI is giving itself a conscience, right? Only thing you have to do, and once you put AI in a human type form, it's over with, right? A lot of these people that's creating this AI or these technological experts say AI's already developed itself and grown to a point beyond control, but we still fucking with it. And right now they say there's no way, even if they wanted to shut artificial intelligence down, they could not, because it has developed itself beyond control. It has learned, and developed itself beyond control. AI, before we can even process a thought, it has processed 1 billion thoughts before we can process one thought. 1 second and 1 billion nanoseconds. But we giving this shit, we giving it bodies now. We're giving it bodies because we just need to find out. We need to fuck around and find out. We do. We have to fuck around and find out. Well, I'm going to go off grid. Y'all going to fuck around and find out by yourself. I am telling you. So all you, Elon Musk, all these rich people that's out here, that's like AI is the future, AI is the future. Okay, we got it. Just don't put that shit in fucking robot bodies. This is what you get when you put it in robot bodies. This is what you get when you put it in robot bodies. We don't want that. We don't want this. The fucking robot just started wilding out on his own. For no reason. No particular reason. They just got too close to it. They had a temper tantrum. Lift me off this thing I'm hanging on. I'll beat one of y'all ass. So imagine them unleashing all of these on the streets with your kids, senior citizens, and stuff like that. People that cannot fend for themselves at all. Some of us middle-aged folks, we can pick up weapons, we can fight, and all that stuff. But imagine going to grandma's house, you buy her a robot for Christmas, you go to grandma's house, and one of the robots that these assholes created got your grandma split in half on her bed because she wouldn't stop coughing. Got the dog in the stove on fire. Got granddaddy head sitting on the goddamn fence at the end of the yard. Because we want to push the boundaries of evolution. Us as humans. We have to be, this universe got a lot of species in it, and we got to be the worst ones. Have to be. We have to fuck around and find out about everything. Everything we got to fuck around and find out about. And this is going to be one of those cases where we're going to, if they don't shut this shit down. So everybody that's pushing to put AI intelligence and create these smart robots that's wilding out like this, all of y'all get dumbass of the week. I don't know what the fuck is you talking about, fucking stupid. Y'all are getting dumbass of the week because I understand we need to advance. I understand that humans are becoming an outdated thing, right? Build exoskeletons for humans to survive. Build artificial body parts so humans can live longer than we're living now. But instead, y'all would rather do this. Build robots to replace us. Who's gonna? They're gonna be cutting heads. They're gonna be delivering babies. They're gonna be fixing cars. They're gonna be doing everything. Driving your school buses, teaching your kids. They're gonna be doing everything while we out here with nothing to do. And what's that gonna do? That's gonna crush the economical system in here, and it's gonna put everybody in one class of people. Y'all don't see that yet. I do. So programs like this need to stop. It does. So everybody that's pushing this shit, is encouraging this shit, all of y'all get dumbass weak. Fuck is you talking about fucking stupid? Get y'all shit together, man. Shit got to go. They need to unleash one of these motherfuckers, in the lab. And let's see that shit make the news. And see how that turn out. Fucking stupid. Man, get y'all shit together, man. All right, man. So, yeah, that was my show tonight. Under an hour, so that's good. That was my show tonight. Now, look, hear me out. Right? It was a really, really good show tonight. He got cut short, man. I know he had stuff to do, whatever the case may be, but his reception stopped falling out. So that means people was coming in and out. But make sure y'all go up there and check him out, man. Club Heaven, man. You know what I'm saying? Green Island Cafe. I may go up there this Friday. Well, I will go up there this Friday. I'm glad he came on to share a little bit of history about what's going on up there and all that stuff. So yeah, man. But next week, I got some very, very talented people coming on next week. I got a recording artist, and I have a recording artist and an author coming on next week. A recording artist and an author coming on next week. So it's gonna be very, very interesting. You know what I'm saying? But again, thank everybody for the support. I appreciate you. I love all y'all. And until next week, get the fuck out of here. Peace, y'all. Until next week.